Dungeon Crawler Carl. A terribly drawn recap. Distract her! Carl shouted as he started running. Hurry up! Donut cried as she jumped on top of a garbage pile. More cockroaches are coming! Carl rounded the corner and was now behind the woman. Donut fired another missile. The woman staggered and 2 more scatterers emerged from her mouth. They are level 4 now. I'm out of mana! It says my potion cooldown is 1 minute! Oh shit! Carl jumped up onto the woman's back and threw the chain around her throat. He pulled with all his strength as she fell backwards, gurgling and flailing. Her health had started to slowly decrease. The panic-stricken woman grabbed desperately at the chain as more scatterers crawled from her mouth, rushing at Carl. You're doing it! Could use a little help here! Carl shouted as he kicked at the charging scatterers. My missiles aren't ready yet! Use your claws! One of the scatterers bit down on his leg. Oh! She's almost dead! God damn it, Donut! Carl screamed as another scatterer beat him. Ah! He suddenly fell. The chain had broken. Donut fired a magic missile into a scatterer. 2 more shot into the woman, but she's still alive. Carl scrambled to his feet as more scatterers jumped onto him, biting and scratching. I need to find brass knuckles. Carl made a mental note as he pounded the cockroaches. He turned towards the woman. Steam was now rising off her and the broken chain remained around her neck. He needs to end this. The woman's eyes met Carl's as he raised his fist.
Lo siento si fui una mala persona.
She said as tears streamed down her face.
No quería que mi hija se enfermara. No quiero estar en el infierno. Por favor envíame a Jesús.
I'm sorry. Carl punched down on her nose. He felt it give underneath his fist. He punched again and again and again. A minute later, she went still.
And the winner is the Royal Court of Princess Donut!
All the remaining scatterers dropped dead and the door burst into shards. Everything is quiet again. Carl and Donut found a tutorial guild next to the Hoarder's lair and beelined towards it. On the way, they saw a pulsing X on their minimap. It said,
Corpse of Crawler Rebecca W, Level 3.
There are 6 types of bosses.
Mordecai slurred slightly, the smell of alcohol strong on his breath.
Neighborhood, borough, city, province, country, and floor.
So what we thought was the most common?
Yes, neighborhood bosses are the easiest to find and kill. There are also elites, but nothing you need to worry about now.
Why is the loot so disappointing? We deserve a legendary box at least.
You'll always receive a boss box, a star, and a map for clearing out a boss. Bronze for neighborhood, silver for borough, gold for city, and so forth. Higher tier bosses drop more items and better maps.
Are the bosses always going to be a person? Beside him, Donut has started to open her loot boxes. Mordecai contemplated for a long moment before answering.
No, there will be a lot of recycling from previous seasons. Some will be humans, but they may not be from Earth.
I have a new spellbook! Carl didn't have time to read the description before Donut glowed.
Ugh.
What did you get? It's a stupid spell.
Little one, you really should examine items before you equip or apply them. Torch is a very useful spell. It summons a ball of light that will follow you around.
Carl nods encouragingly at Donut.
Spells also level up like skills, so the more you cast it, the more powerful it'll become.
Carl turned his attention to his own achievements and loot boxes. He has gained a new skill.
Iron Punch Level 3. Wall gauntlets and lumpers will protect your hands and enhance your fist damage without losing your bare knuckle bonus. Each level of this skill increases feast damage bonus by 10%.
He has also received his first magic tome.
Wisp Armor. Cost 5 mana. Target self only. Duration 5 minutes plus 1 minute per spell level. 5-minute cooldown. Surrounds your body with tendrils of light. Negates 75% magic base damage. Provides temporary immunity to mind control effects. Higher skill level increases both effectiveness and duration. It also makes you look all wispy and ethereal. Cool for a club kit.
That's a good spell, but it costs more than your mana for now. I'd recommend to keep it until you decide on your build, or give it to the princess.
Carl also received a new piece of gear.
Enchanted spike knee pads of the shade No Riot Forces. Plus 10% damage reflects to all equipped armor. Cancels all momentum-based attacks. Made of skin and fur and the spiky things from the back of thorn cadavers. These knee pads are both good protection and stylish. Stylish, that is, if your knees are cosplaying as hedgehogs.
The spikes seem to be retractable and only pops out when needed. Donut looked disapprovingly at Carl. And I thought you looked ridiculous before. Mordecai, darling, is there a worst dress award? Donut said sarcastically.
Actually, sort of. There's an after show where they pull crawlers out of the game for on-camera interviews.
They interview people? We need to get on that show. Carl, make it happen. I'm not your agent, and you know that's not how it works. No, you're not. Miss Beatrice is my agent, and once we reunite with her, she'll make sure that I get on that show. I hope we don't have to wait too long. Carl and Mordecai glanced at each other. Sure, now let's get back to training. Carl and Donut went straight to the corpse. She was leaning up against a wall just off the main corridor.
Lootable Corpse. Crawler Rebecca W. Level 3. Killed by Crawler Frank Q. 1 apple core.
Carl's eyes snapped to the gunshot wound in Rebecca's chest. Killed by Crawler Frank Q. He immediately checked his map for blue dots, but there was none. Would the dots show up if someone is hiding? Sometimes mob dots only appear when you're right next to them. Is it the same for crawlers? You're a bully and nobody likes you. That is why Mom left.
I don't need you to like me. But you will respect me.
Oh goodness, this Frank Q gentleman doesn't seem like a decent person at all. Donut's voice snapped Carl out of his memory with his dad. Maybe he's one of those cocker spaniels. She sniffed at the corpse. Yeah, definitely the work of a cocker spaniel. No, it's not a dog. Look, she was shot. We need to be careful around other crawlers. Let's not reveal too much. They can't inspect us unless they are in our party. I'm not scared of them. You shouldn't be either. We should hunt this vile killer down and bring him to justice. Carl stared at Rebecca. He wondered who she was and why was she outside at 2:30 in the morning. He imagined how scared she must have been, only to be killed by a fellow human. Frank Q had taken everything of hers, leaving just an apple core. An irrational anger bubbled inside Carl. You're right. Let's find him. Let's train a bit more before the premiere, then let's hunt him and the stairs down. Your magic missile ran out pretty quickly. You need to start using your claws. I've never done anything like that before. What if it hits me back? I don't want to get hurt. How can you be so reckless and timid at the same time? I can control my instincts. I'm just a few generations shy of being a ferocious tiger stalking through the jungles. Oh, I've seen your pedigree. You're a few generations shy of nothing. I am. And your grandfather is also your uncle. Unravel that.